Welcome back to the rest of the story. Hopefully you guys can hear me better today. I did move my camera a little bit. I'm working on the whole microphone deal. I gotta go through my GoPro accessories that I have that Herschel sent me and figure out what I'll have to do to get a microphone set up on this camera, because I don't know what the deal is. You guys used to be able to hear me when I was talking in the 76, and yes, even I do notice that the sound quality is gradually going down. I'm gonna work on that because we have probably about a full month of field work to go yet, and that would be a very long month if you guys can't hear me. But I'm in a better mood. Yep. Just like every other person in America, I can get grumpy. But I'm back to doing corn. This is the first of my corn that we're running through. And part of the reason why I'm not in the best of moods, or wasn't in the best of moods. It's about, as of right now, it's running about 40 bushels less than it was last year, which is unfortunate. And the reason that's kind of aggravating is when this is your best field, that is traditionally your best field as far as corn goes and beans, whatever else, it's a pretty good indicator what to expect on everything else that you have. So I'm hoping that everything else still performs adequately. I mean, it's not like this is a crop failure by any means, but after a while you just come to expect things to yield a certain way, or at least yield fairly well. And as everybody knows, I am trying to experiment. Not even experiment, it's just plain and simple, it's just field trials, trying to see what works and what doesn't. And the big problem I'm seeing this year is the stand quality in the corn is just terrible. Now, I'm not blaming it on NK seed or anything like that. This corn has had a pretty rough year. We had issues right at the beginning of the season, and then, excuse me, we had the issues right at the beginning of the season, and then with that tar spot coming in and hurting stock quality even more, I didn't put fungicide on any of my crop acres this year. Definitely going to be more open to it in future years. This stuff is coming out of the field right now at 16.8%, and that is, now it's about 25 bushel under last year, which isn't really all that hard to believe. It's just disappointing, and letting the combine confirm your initial thoughts on what it was going to do. So, and the other problem is getting it gone. We're basically waiting on a truck. And just trying to get everything lined up that way. I know everybody says we need a truck. That'll get all sorted out. The big thing I'm having a problem with is, other than the fact that the stand isn't there, I mean, there's voids where there should be a plant in the first place, and then the plants that are here, you have some that are leaning over to the side where they're tilted over, and to get those plants and get those ears of corn pulled into the combine, into the head, you have to run the snoots right on the ground. problem is, when you run the snoots right on the ground, it does not want to feed the ears into the head properly. It runs about perfect as far as pulling the crop into the head. Runs about perfect, about a foot off the ground as far as the snoots off the ground. I'm aware of what they call them, wedges for the head, that it's supposed to level out the head a little bit better so it does feed in a little bit more uniform. I'm going to talk to my friend about those a little bit more. I mentioned them to him, and I think I can get them through the local dealer. I don't know why I couldn't, but somebody just mentioned those wedges to me early on this harvest, and I guess I haven't really thought much about them ever since until about an hour ago, because I'm having to adjust the head a lot because I'm trying to drop it down and catch every single ear that you can, because every ear that you leave in the field is $ signs going back out into the dirt. I don't like seeing that. But that is the overall definition of harvest. It is figuring out or finding out what all your work for the year was worth, because you're always guessing and estimating what yields should be, could be, what they really should be, and based off of what grain prices are. But back to the head issue, I can see it on the yield monitor. If I run the head down on the ground when I'm picking up everything, just because it doesn't want to feed into the head like it should, that is a 20 bushel to the acre difference right there just on the monitor. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not obtaining that yield. It's just showing that I'm slugging the machine and I'm throwing a whole bunch in whenever I raise the head up. And I don't exactly want to do that either. I want it to feed through fairly uniform, so that way you get a good separation. But I can say that in regards to this fall, I think everyone is pretty well aware of that all across the country. This harvest, this fall, has been a wet year. I didn't start on this part of the field. I was down on the lower end, down towards the floodplain. And other than the fact that there's water standing between the rows, I was actually squishing water out from my combine tracks when I was driving on ground that didn't have any water in it. As I was driving over it, I was looking back and you can see the water in the combine tire tracks, and I gotta tell you, that would really ruin my day to get this thing stuck. And it seems how we had, was it 4/10 or 9/10 of an inch of rain yesterday. There's no place for it to really go, and until we have some decent drying weather to do something with it, I'm gonna have to let the ground dry out or freeze or something a little bit to get to the lower end of this field, because I'm not quite brave enough to even try to pull any more of that off. I mean, when you can drive across the field and you can feel the combine pulling to the side and you're steering away from that, it's a very, very good indicator that you're about to get into some serious trouble. So, haven't done any tillage yet. I think everybody's getting kind of anxious to see the 4640 rolling coal. And that's going to be happening here pretty soon. I almost brought the chisel plow up from my place. I have to pull it up with the 76 because I can't get to it with the 4640 because it's backed in my machine shed, and my machine shed is too short or too low for the 46 to clear. But otherwise, that chisel plow should be ready to go. If we didn't get this last bout of rain, yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Or it might have been a couple days ago, 2 days ago, because we had all that rain yesterday. I was really close to pulling the tractors off the grain carts and trying to get a little bit of tillage done. You gotta always watch what you're doing around here. Between a mirror on each side of you and the rear view camera. Try to keep from taking anything out with your unloading auger or your spreader fence on the back. Same thing. I look down through the rows here and all of the stalk leaves are all falling off the plant. It's literally just the stalk and the ear of corn there. All the leaves are on the ground. I've almost got Brittany running the BT yesterday. I don't think she's confident enough to run the 46-inch chisel plow, but I know she can handle the 82 and the VT. They say we're really not all late for harvest just yet, but it wouldn't take very much, and we would be late for harvest. If we did end up getting the 4 days of rain that they were predicting, that would have shut us down on beans for probably 2 weeks. We tried. When we moved everything over there with the combine and set the head up, went about 100 yards on 2 different parts of the field, and it was at 16.5% at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we waited until 5 o'clock that night. We went out and tried it again, and it was running 14.5. Everybody's wondering why we weren't running at 14.5%. The thing is, with the current price of soybeans, and seems how we don't have any storage for them, Ryan and I don't have any storage for our beans, we'd be sending them to the river at 14.5%, and they would dock us for that extra moisture. And the price of soybeans right now, you need everything you can get. So no, we aren't done with soybeans. I really want to be. We all want to be done with soybeans. We'll get done, it's just the weather's got to straighten back out again. Because the ground is soft. I mean, I'm really not even crazy about being out here harvesting right now. I just want to get something done. When it was blue sky here earlier, and up until just now, I haven't harvested any of my corn, none of Ryan's corn. We still have probably right around, probably not, just under 100 acres of my dad's corn to go yet. It's kind of aggravating not being productive when you can at least do something. That's my biggest problem. I don't know. As far as the yields, I still am. I'm kind of waiting to be impressed. But all right. Hopefully you guys can hear me, have heard me. I appreciate everybody that watches my channel. We don't have a whole lot of viewers, but I guess doing YouTube, it is kind of been doing it for going on 2 years here in February. I'm getting to the point where I've been doing this long enough that I'd probably be lost going back to not actually uploading videos on YouTube. So, well, I hope you guys keep enjoying everything I'm able to put out. And until next time, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.